Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Daily Dose. I'm Dr. Lance Garrison. Today, I want to talk about what I think is some pretty interesting and important news in the world of mental health, particularly for our teenagers. According to a new report from the CDC, there's been a slight but promising improvement in our teens' mental health across the country after a really long and challenging period, particularly during the pandemic. So let's review what the data says, why it's cautiously optimistic, and what areas still need our focus and attention. But before we do that, if you find this content interesting, if you find it helpful, please take just a quick moment, reach out, hit that like button, drop a comment below, and of course, subscribe for more mental health content just like this. When you do that, it really does help this channel grow. So I truly appreciate your support. Okay, let's get into it. So from 2021 to 2023, the percentage of high school students who reported feeling sad or hopeless dropped from 42% to 40%. Now, I know that seems like a small and maybe insignificant change, but it's actually pretty promising and significant because it's the first time in over a decade that the annual Youth Risk Behavior Survey showed a decrease rather than an increase in these types of feelings among our teenagers. Now, great, right? But let's not get too excited just yet, because while this is a step in the right direction, experts are reminding us that the rates are still alarmingly high, right? 42 to 40%. But this is especially true among teenage girls. For them, the numbers decreased from 57% to 53%. But overall, think about it. That's over half of teenage girls in the country reporting feelings of sadness or hopelessness, and that is just far too high. Kathleen Ethier, the director of the CDC's Adolescent School Health Division, said that, hey, we're making some progress tackling these issues in recent years, which proves that we can make progress, right? They're not insurmountable. But she warns that there's still a lot of work ahead. So let's take a look at what's improving, and then we'll examine some areas that we need to work on. So there are small but meaningful gains among students from marginalized groups. So for example, there was a 4% decrease in Hispanic teens feeling persistently sad or hopeless, and for those who are considering or planning suicide. So that's great. Among Black teens, we also saw a 4% drop in reported suicide attempts. And what they're attributing these improvements to is increased awareness, right? We talk a lot more about mental health these days. Government funding focused on this, and we're starting to see school programs that are really meaningfully prioritizing mental health. Ariana Howitt from Kids Mental Health Foundation noted that the pandemic, and I think this is very true, opened a lot of our eyes to the mental health needs of our young people. And that's prompted a stronger push for resources, initiatives like school mental health programs, and in some areas, better access to care, and that's helping. I think even returning to in-person learning and extracurricular activities plays a positive role. But there's a darker side to the story. There usually is. As kids move back into the classroom, what that's meant is that they've also kind of moved back into a space where there are stressors like academic pressure, bullying, and in some cases, even school violence. We've seen this on the news, highlighted far too often. And the CDC reported increases in students feeling threatened or injured. Now, nearly 20% of female students reported having experienced some form of sexual violence in 2023. And almost 30% of students in the LGBTQ group reported being bullied. So experts suggest that the normalization of aggressive behavior on social media is something we've talked about a lot, but social media might be contributing to some of these trends. So where do we go? Where do we go from here? Dr. Deborah Horry from the CDC says that we have to keep focusing on creating safer and more supportive environments for our young people. And what that means is we've got to continue to invest in mental health education, better mental health services, and really doing good work to build strong child-adult relationships, both at home and in our schools. So remember, improving mental health is a community effort. It's more than the home. It's more than school. It's a community effort. So let's work together. Let's stay informed, stay supportive, and let's keep the conversation going. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to help spread awareness. And until next time, take care.